Good morning, friends. It's Vanessa Short, your Seint artist. Let me zoom in a little bit. All right, I don't come on live on here very much, but I think I need to start doing that. I've got quite a few new customers that are exclusively on Instagram, and we've been trying to connect and do videos, a live video lesson with them, and our schedules are just crazy. It's summer, people are traveling and on vacation and, kids stuff and sports. So I decided that I would hop on here and do a back to basics video for you. I'm just looking for one color. My color has changed a bit because I went on vacation and I got a little bit of a tan. So if you guys need help adjusting your colors, let me know. So here's what we're doing. This is the basic Camo Method set. You've got your camo color, your bridge color, your pop color, your bronzer, your contour, and a lip and cheek color. I've also got some eyeshadows and little extras on the bottom, illuminators and powder that I might show you. But I really just want to concentrate on this so that if we can't get connected on a video, at least you have this to go back on. So you may or may not have a camo color, and your camo color may look like another foundation color. Mine happens to be Frenchy, which also is a lip and cheek color, and I'm going to start with this, and I'm just using my finger really, really lightly. I barely put any on there, but I'm going to put this where I'm a little bit like bluer right here under my eye. So this is kind of a peachy color, and orange is the opposite of blue, so it's great to kind of counteract that a little bit. So I'm just going to put a little bit right there. I don't need it in a lot of other places. I might be able to put a little bit under my nose, but that's about it for me for camo. If you have any like sunspots or something, you may be putting yours on that, and we can talk about that. The next color we're going to do is our pop color. Actually, rewind. Let's do contour first. So I'm going to use my finger for most of this, and then we'll blend just so you can see exactly where we're putting things. I want to kind of keep it simple, all right? So I'm always using my ring finger. If you notice, it has the lightest touch, and especially when we're going around the eyes, I don't want to pull my skin too much. So here's how I find where to put my contour. I find where my cheekbone dips in, and I go right above it. So it's kind of at the point of your hairline, and then I stay on this outer corner of my eye. I don't like to pull it in too much. So this contour is a little bit higher than we were initially taught, and it's actually more uplifting. And then I'm putting some on my forehead, and I'm kind of making like a triangle shape here. So see how I'm kind of making my forehead a triangle like that? And then if you have any like weak spots in your hairline, it's perfect to fill that in. If you want to make your forehead look a little bit smaller, you can bring this down a little bit. I always say I'm making my 5 head of forehead, okay? And we're keeping this kind of triangle or diamond of light area, so you'll see how we are really keeping the focus on your eyes. All right, also we're going to put some of this contour along our jawline, and you may see me looking over here a little bit. I have a big mirror here, so I'm kind of checking in on that to make sure. So right along the jawline, and I stop right here where I kind of dip in. I already have a natural shadow there, so I don't want to give myself more of a shadow. And then I put a little bit below, just a couple little swipes, okay? It's nice and creamy, so it spreads really well. And you can just let this sit on here. It'll warm up to your skin. It's not going to dry out. It's pretty amazing. All right, let's put a little bit of contour on our nose. Here's a cute little trick. If you put a little bit on both of your fingers like this, and then you put your fingers pretty close together, and you just go like that, there you go. Your contour's on there. I got a lot extra, not a little extra, a lot extra on that. I put way too much on my finger, but don't worry. It's all going to blend out, okay? All right, so we've got that. You can also put a little contour under your lips. Kind of gives a little extra fullness. I use my contour for my eyebrows too, and when I color match you, I generally do it so you can use it in your eyebrows. All right, next color, your pop color. So this is your brightening highlight. This one we're gonna put right down the middle of our nose, and the skinnier you make this line, the skinnier your nose will appear. And keep it really straight. Even if your nose is crooked, you wanna keep this line straight. It'll give the illusion of a straighter nose. And then we're gonna put a little bit on the inside corner, outside corner, and either side of the nose, okay? So we're really keeping this nice brightness here. You can also put a little bit right here if you want to. I also like to put a tiny bit right here where I feel hollow. So anything that feels like it's sunken in or recessed, if you put a lighter color, it's going to bring it forward. A darker color is going to recess it more or shadow it more. That's why we do the contour here. So it kind of gives you that dip and it gives you a more look of a cheekbone. All right, and the last foundation color is going to be your bridge color, which is your main highlight color. It's great to have two anyway, because if this one is a little bit too dark for you, you can totally dab into both and create a mid color, which is kind of where I feel like I'm at right now. So I'm just kind of dabbing a little bit in both. I'm using a little bit more of that darker one, and I'm just bridging all of the gaps, okay? So I'm putting this everywhere where I didn't put the other colors, including right there under my eye. And then for me, I like to use a little bit lighter right here because I have some just kind of discolorations that are a little bit darker. So I kind of mix those together and make a little bit lighter. So there's that. This is your Camo Method, okay? You've got your dots everywhere. You look crazy, but it's going to blend beautifully. We're going to add cheek color at the end. If you want to do your eye makeup, now is the perfect time, because if you have any fallout, you can clean it up after. It's just kind of, it just lets things warm up. It's kind of nice. So I'm going to use some cream eyeshadows today. I'm going to use Tangled, Spiced, and Arabian Night. And I'm going to take Tangled. So this is also a cream. I'm using my fingers for almost all of my face today. And I'm just going to kind of put this all over. These all have a slight shimmer in them, but I wouldn't call them glittery, not sparkly. So no matter your age or whether you have fine lines or wrinkles around your eyes, I think you're safe with these cream eyeshadows because the shimmer value is so minimal. So I've got that one all over, and then I'm going to use that middle color, which is Spiced, and I'm going to just put that on my lid, kind of on the outer edge of my lid. And you can blend this with your fingers, or you can apply and blend with a brush too. I'm just trying to make this super easy because you just started with your makeup, right? And I want you to get out of your head all the things that you've learned about your old makeup. And then the darkest color is Arabian Night, and I'm just going to put a little pop of it right above my crease. If you notice that my eyelids are a little bit heavy, so if I just close my eye and put it directly in my crease, as soon as I open my eye, it would disappear. So I kind of want to look straight on with my eye open and put a little bit just above, but don't touch your eyebrow. And I don't put mine way low here because it kind of drags my eye down a little bit. You may be able to do that and it'll be beautiful. I'm going to use this as eyeliner later too. But let's blend our face makeup. I'm going to just use a brush called the 3D. I love this brush. It sometimes doesn't get enough credit, but there's a nice rounded dome side. This is going to give you like light to medium coverage. And then there's a little pointier side where you can get in little crevices. You can also apply your makeup with these brushes. So I would probably use the pointier side for my contour, and I would use the round side for all of my foundation. So I like to start with my lightest colors first, and I'm going to use this rounded side and I'm going to blend. I'm just kind of swirling, pushing it into my skin. It's just going to kind of melt in like butter. And then around my eyes. If you don't feel like you can get in there with that side, totally use this side. And try different sides for different areas, because you might find one thing works better on you than another. So I'm just kind of pressing that in there. And if you want to know about other ways that you can apply this makeup and use it, like tinted moisturizer, BB cream, just let me know and I can tell you all about it. It's super versatile. Everything is multitask. Okay, so I've got all the light blended. And then I'm going to blend the dark. And I'm just going to use the same side of the brush. And I'm just kind of swirling and pushing that up into my hairline. And see how that just kind of brought my forehead in a little bit? If you have a tiny forehead, you may not need to do this at all up here. And then when you get to your contour on your cheeks, make sure that you're kind of going in an upward motion. We don't want to drag that color down. You don't want to get a 5 o'clock shadow appearance. Think of it as a push-up bra for your cheeks. And blend it till you're comfortable. When I first started using contour, I blended it almost completely away because I was kind of scared of it. Now I love the contour and I love a little shadow there. So I just kind of blend it a little bit. We're going to add some bronzer too after this. That's an optional, but I almost always include bronzer in your first starter kit because there's a bundle and it comes with this brush and you save $10 when you get them together. And bronzer is something that I also never used before Seint, and now I use it daily. In fact, some days I only use bronzer and mascara, and that's it. So if you guys have any questions, you can comment here. You can reach out to me. If you like what you're seeing, please follow my page. And if you have any questions about maybe becoming an artist and doing what I do, I would love to have you. It's so much fun. And I love just meeting people and teaching people. And it's a really wonderful, it's my career now, I guess. It's kind of crazy. Okay, I'm going to use the same brush. I'm just going to blend my eyeshadow a little bit because remember I told you it was cream. So you can blend it with the brush. You can blend it with your finger. It's really just whatever you're comfortable with. You could technically blend your cream foundation with your finger, but honestly, it's probably going to take a little bit more effort to blend it, and plus you're going to get it all stuck over your hands, so why not just use the brush? All right. So see how I've got that nice lighter, brighter appearance right there? If you want to juice that up a little bit, you totally can. You can take your brightening color. You could add just a little bit more. If you really want to contour out your nose some more, you can do that. But really, my foundation is done. I'm going to add some bronzer. So this is the Bella bronzer, and this is the blush and bronzer brush. And the bronzer is super creamy. So I just kind of dab into it, and I hit on the high points of my face. And then I also bring it down here because most of us don't get as much sun right under here. So it kind of ties everything together. And then just fluff it around until it's blended. It gives you a little extra glow. Bella is beautiful as lip liner and as lip color too. So you can use all of this stuff, multitask. Speaking of multitask, this is my multitasker brush. I am going to dab into my bridge color, my main color, and I'm just going to cover that little blemish right there. So I'm dotting directly on it, and then I'm just patting it until it disappears. And I see a little discoloration under here. All right, that looks good. And then the other side I'm going to use for my eyeliner and my eyebrows. Let's just do my eyeliner first. So this is the Arabian Night. I normally put mascara on for you guys first because my eyelashes are non-existent without mascara. And it looks kind of funny, but I'm just going to go about halfway on the bottom, and I'm going to go a little bit heavier on the top. This is that cream eyeshadow, and it's so pretty as an eyeliner. There's a navy blue one called Sapphire that is gorgeous as eyeliner also. But it just kind of gives you that nice little smudgy eye. So you don't have to be perfect. You don't have to be precise. All right, then I'm going to wipe off my multitasker brush, and I'm going to use the same side to fill in my eyebrows. So I'm going to use my contour. I'm just going to dab into that lightly. And I'm just going to start at the arch because that's kind of my weakest area. And then lightly brush it up and just fill that in. But look at what a difference a nice sculpted eyebrow makes. It can really lift up your face. Okay. Okay, we've got that. You can also use your contour as eyeliner. So that's kind of cool. All right, let's add a little bit of cheek color and mascara and we'll be pretty much done. I mean, I could keep going, but all right, I'm just going to add a little bit of cheek color. This one is called Pink Grapefruit. Yes, it looks very intense. Yes, I like to apply it a little bit higher rather than on the apples of my cheeks. And yes, I like to use my finger because it's so intense. If I dip that brush in there, sometimes I get carried away. I'm going to bounce back to that blush and bronzer brush, and I'm going to use the small side of it just to blend this. And I'm just kind of staying above the contour area. I'm staying away from this area, and I'm just kind of getting it up there. You can use either side and just blend it until you're comfortable with the color. If you get way too much on, you can kind of wipe off your brush. You can also use your dampened perfector sponge, which I might recommend to you. And you can just dab off any excess. But the makeup is super forgiving and blendable. So if you just get a little bit too much somewhere and you want to like almost erase a little bit, you can just take a little tiny bit of that foundation and just kind of blend it out. Okay. Illuminator. We've got powder illuminators and cream illuminators. We have 5 different colors in each. The powder illuminators are going to give you a little bit more intensity. I love to use this one. It's called Glamazing. On the very inner corner of my eye, it just kind of wakes up my eye. You can use a brush for this or your finger. Obviously, that looks a little too intense to me. Looks like a little bit too much. I'm just going to grab whatever brush I have hanging around and just kind of soften that. There we go. That looks better. Now, if you were going to use this on the upper part of your cheekbone, it's going to give you a more intense look. But if you like more of a candlelit glow, our cream illuminators are going to give you that. So I will show you. It shouldn't jump out at you. It should be more of one of those things where you don't see it and then you turn and you see it when the light hits it. And it's just kind of a nice glow. Isn't that pretty? A little bit down the bridge of your nose. This is an optional, but it's so fun. And you can use these as lip gloss too. Fun, right? Okay, if you do like to set with powder, I don't put powder all over my face, but I do love it under my eyes. I'm just going to grab that same 3D brush. I'm going to dab a little bit in there. And this is a setting powder. It's called Vanilla Dust, okay? And I just kind of lightly press that in. But can you see how it just diffused that whole area around my eyes? And it almost filters it. It doesn't emphasize my fine lines anymore. It won't settle or cake. It's pretty awesome. I hope that this simplifies your routine. I'm obviously taking longer because I'm talking to you, but know that I can do this whole look, including my eye makeup, in 5 minutes. It's very quick and it's very easy, and you can totally skip steps, or, you know, if you weren't, I think my mascara takes me longer than anything else, honestly. That's kind of funny. All right, you guys, but that is it. I am done, and hopefully I saved this video properly. And I hope that you save it so you can refer back to it. All right. I'm Vanessa Short, your Seint artist. Have a beautiful day.